and welcome. You're watching News X and I'm Megha Sharma. The Calcutta High Court has disposed of a plea by the TMC seeking protection of political data allegedly seized during Enforcement Directorate raids at the office of the political consultancy I-PAC and its director's residence. During the hearing, the Enforcement Directorate told the court that it had not seized any records, documents or digital data from the premises searched on 8th of January in connection with the money laundering investigation. The agency asserted that all material was removed by the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee before it could be seized by the investigators. This comes as part of the TMC's petition seeking an order to protect sensitive campaign-related and organisational data that it alleged that the Enforcement Directorate had taken. With the agency denying any seizure, the court held that nothing remained to be protected and accordingly threw out the plea. The political row stems from highly charged raids at the multiple I-PAC linked locations. The firm is a key strategist for the TMC ahead of the 2026 West Bengal Assembly elections. The raids thereafter saw Mamata Banerjee arriving at the sites and accusing the central authorities of attempting to seize party data. The legal battle between the central agency and the West Bengal government, however, is far from over. The Enforcement Directorate has also moved the Supreme Court over alleged interference by the state government and the Chief Minister during the searches, with the matter set for further hearings. Let's open up this conversation. Joining me on the telecast is Dr. Shatarupa. She is the BJP spokesperson. Dr. Shatarupa, let's hear it from you with regards to the questions that have been raised by the TMC, the allegations being made on the Enforcement Directorate, claiming that data related to parties' election strategy and ideology was stolen by the Enforcement Directorate and the ED has been working in collusion with the BJP.
Megha, I don't think that Trinamool has any kind of moral right to say anything about the raid that happened, which has embarrassed the state of West Bengal to no end. First and foremost, in today's case, I mean, let's get down to basics. Today's case, the High Court has very categorically dismissed the case of Trinamool, which is claimed that what you're saying, that the Trinamool has said that, they need to, somebody stolen, ED has stolen their papers. But the ED's case has been held in abeyance. The High Court has very categorically said that since there has been an appeal by ED at Supreme Court, this is going to be held. This case is going to be held in abeyance till Supreme Court either does a hearing or gives a verdict. Having said that, Megha, this whole thing was on television for everyone to see. ED has been saying very categorically that they have been raiding some 11 places at the same time. There's some money trail that they are following regarding a coal scam and a sand scam. Now, why would the Chief Minister of West Bengal, which now their lawyer, Kalyan Banerjee, and she herself, is saying that she has gone as Trinamool Supremo? My question is two. One, if she had gone as Trinamool Supremo, how was she using the CMO? As in the commissioner was there and the chief secretary was there and there was a whole army of her officers who were carrying files and putting them into a private car, not the CM's car. Number one. Number two, if she had gone as the Chief Minister of West Bengal, then should she not have upheld the law and waited for the ED to complete a raid? Or if she felt that it was, going against her prerogative, she should have written to ED. There are various other ways. But here we saw the Chief Minister of West Bengal completely perplexed in the first time when she landed up there. She was, panicking and she was trying to ask, where's the house, which flat? And then when she lands up there, when she comes and grabs some files, if you listen to what ED has been saying, even in Supreme Court, she was accompanied by armed guards who had, focused the guns on the ED officials were fearing loss of life. That is why they couldn't even do anything to the Chief Minister of West Bengal. And I'm very glad that ED hadn't, because she would have now, she'd created a kind of a trap where if somebody had even touched her hair or her hand to try and take her out of there,
all right.
he would have played
Fair
the
enough.
victim card.
Dr. Shataropa, I'm going to get in another guest into the conversation. I have Partha Sarathi Guha, TMC supporter. Partha Sarathi Guha, a big setback for Mamata Banerjee and the TMC because the Calcutta High Court has disposed of the case. Where the Enforcement Directorate has said that Mamata Banerjee just stormed into the I-PAC firm's office, took away the laptops, the phones, the documents, and then is making false allegations on the Enforcement Directorate that the ED was maligned, it was deliberately trying to extract papers, documents, other material that would disclose the TMC's election strategy.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Now, ED means Enforcement Directorate. But nowadays, before election, after our assembly election is nearby, and in this moment, ED is not Enforcement Directorate. ED is now in election duty. ED, actually it's a central agency. Obviously you can say it's a neutral agency or whatever. But on behalf of BJP, that day, ED officers, too unfortunate to say, are here to steal the documents of AITMC, the important documents, the political documents, the strategic documents, which we are preparing for the upcoming election, because you know, AITMC is not like the other parties of India like RJD or like Congress. We are organization, our organization is very strong, and from the very beginning, we know to prevent this type of vindictive BJP people, and on behalf of their agency, we are well prepared.
Do you think the High Court and the judiciary in general is also working at the behest of the BJP?
Hello? Hello, I can't hear you properly.
Are you also claiming that the Calcutta High Court is also working at the behest of the BJP?
I am not claiming I am not claiming court. I am claiming to that agency, that particular ED or ECI on behalf of BJP. They have become the puppet of BJP. That's I am claiming. I have no claim on the higher authority.
But then why do you think what may have been the reason that the High Court has disposed of the case? It does not find any merit to the case.
No. If what will be the court will give the order, that we always welcome it. We have full faith on our court, and as well as we have full faith on public of West Bengal, the people of West Bengal, on the leadership of Mamata Bandyopadhyay. We know that our people, the state people of West Bengal know how far the development is going on in our state on the leadership of Mamata Bandyopadhyay.
Okay, but then again, coming to my third guest, I am being joined by Congress spokesperson Chandan Ghosh Chaudhary. Chandan Ghosh Chaudhary, what do you make of these turbulent times in the last few days, where the Enforcement Directorate has raided the consultancy firm's offices that was helping Mamata Banerjee and the TMC strategize for the upcoming elections, and the counter allegations that have been made by the TMC, and most importantly, why the Calcutta High Court has disposed of this case?
Welcome, Megha. I just like to mention first to Partha Sarathi that they are carrying the legacy of the surname of Congress. So finally, they shouldn't utter the word of Congress by any means. That's not the standard that we are just doing. The discussion and the panel discussion, the model of discussion is different. So what exactly we must mean that what is going on here in the state? I must tell you that is an optic, I think, that's been circulated throughout the country, and probably the world as a biggest democracy could have really made this particular portrait. The chief minister invaded while the raid was going on by ED. He was coming out with a green color file and claiming that she had every life into this of Trinamool Congress, and being chairperson of Trinamool Congress, she was there not as a chief minister. It's a very difficult, the situation to identify who is chief minister and who is Mamata Banerjee and who is the chairman or chairperson. The second important thing that we had, we had seen this mute spectator. The ED officials even didn't come out a single state asking her why she was carrying out all these files and taking out, while it was raided. Yeah, I must give you, Megha, some examples where Chidambaranji was arrested by scaling the world by CBI. As you know, even ED arrested DK Sivkumarji, even Hemant Saranji, while sitting as a chief minister, he was arrested, and that is where the democracy might run, but it had not turned in this particular case. It has done differently by creating optics. I tell you, the optics are one side, the chief minister has been given to access into this and taking out this, rather snatching out the files and out before the journalists and exhibiting those files like that by claiming that she had a lifeline engine. On the other hand, if you check, the ED was definitely instructed. Nevertheless, none of the trained officers had the courage to ask her why she was carrying these files out. And it's not once at a place of Pratik Jain's house, and again it had held at the I-PAC office in Salt Lake, Calcutta. Now we must understand where the optics are created when the Bengalis, shaping towards the election, and the Bengalis preparing, all the parties are preparing for election, and that had really polarized the last time in the name of religion in 2021. And here the people are asking about their living, asking about their, the values, the democracy, where the development, where the employment, where the agriculture, industrial policies to be formulated, and there, these two sides are really playing out for the
all right. So again the question. Fair enough. Vinit Jindal, advocate, Supreme Court, also on the telecast with me. Vinit Jindal, how does this case move forward? Now, Supreme Court is going to hear the petitions of the Enforcement Directorate tomorrow. But the big question arises, what were these files and documents and laptops that Mamata Banerjee was carrying? What was inside them? Was Mamata Banerjee hiding something?
Yes, Megha, we have seen how this all things has been happen, and which is really disturbing for seeing a country where a sitting CM has rushed into a private office where a central investigation agency has took care of and who is doing the investigation of one of the allegations of something corruption has been happening. She has took everything, and we have seen today in Calcutta High Court, ED specifically state the Panchnama which is showing there. It has been specifically mentioned that there is nothing has been seized during the investigation. So this is a very serious. We have seen pictures, videos where Mamata Banerjee and their associate, several police officials, some persons, known, unknown, CM herself, took certain papers, some electronic devices, laptops, mobile phones. There are many things which has been circulated on social media videos. So now what all that happens here, it has been clarified tomorrow before the Supreme Court, because today what ED says in Calcutta High Court, that is put a very big question, how the investigation agency ED obstruct by the CM, sitting CM of the state, from doing investigation of an allegation of corruptions. So this is very serious matter, and I think tomorrow definitely Supreme Court will take this matter very seriously, because what I heard that there are several FIRs also been lodged against ED official. They are doing their duty. They are they are during the investigation. They have doing their duty, but the state officials just doing like the puppet of someone and
Do you think there is
lodging
anything that
FIR.
is going to be will come out of the Supreme Court hearing, the order that is going to be passed? Do you think there are at this point in time explosive revelations that may come out with regards to the charges that have been leveled and the suspicion of a coal scam, misappropriation of funds, corruption is what the charge of the Enforcement Directorate is, on the basis of which it had tried to seize documents and raid the offices of I-PAC?
Yes, definitely. I must say that that's definitely there would be some order tomorrow itself, because the whole scenario which is we have seen up all the Indian people has citizen of seen has on the social media and news reports, that is definitely the Supreme Court took care of this, and I think ED must file certain documents how the sitting the government, basically government officials facilitate the CM to took over all the documents which is put in the private office and has been
Okay.
taken by the yes.
Okay. Dr. Shatarupa, now here with the allegations not just from the TMC, we have seen this happening in Bihar, in Haryana elections, in Maharashtra elections, and now when we see similar questions being raised by Tamil Nadu, by Kerala and by the TMC in Bengal, talking about how the election commission is also compromised. It is working at the behest of the ruling dispensation at the center. How do you think this may impact the voters' mandate? Do you think there is going to be an influence of all these allegations that have been made by the opposition parties against the BJP and the election commission, and now the Enforcement Directorate also coming into the picture? Will this influence people's vote?
Megha, I'm very confused with your question. You're saying that election commission is influenced, and then you're saying ED is influenced.
I'm saying these are the charges that have been leveled by opposition parties. The election commission,
opposition parties,
the Enforcement Directorate, the CBI. These are all questions being raised by the opposition.
If the opposition parties feel that they're going to lose the state, then they come up with these excuses. Especially Mamata Banerjee is has been accusing election commission, CBI, ED, High Court, now even Supreme Court. Very recently, when the Honorable Home Minister of India was in Kolkata, somebody asked him, so he said, I think maybe in a different conclave. Anyway, he was speaking to the press, and he said that the way Mamata Banerjee is going and blaming all the agencies and everything else, when she loses, she's probably going to say that her Karyakartas were also under the influence of BJP. So really, it doesn't matter what the opposition says. But all I can tell you, as far as the state of West Bengal is concerned, the people, like Partho was saying, oh my God, the people are so aware of the unnayan and the development that Mamata Banerjee has done. They're definitely going to sweep her out of the state right into the Bay of Bengal, which her ministers keep on claiming.
Okay.
While on the subject, Megha,
all right,
let me just point out two things. One is while Partho was making these tall claims, not only BJP, even the Congress spokesperson Chandanda was smiling, and Vineetji, my God, he was in awe. He was absolutely flabbergasted, like the rest of India. Imagine what the Chief Minister of West Bengal has lowered the state to. Here, we've become the laughing stock of the entire nation.
Partha, what do you have to say with regards to the questions that have been raised by the Enforcement Directorate, and of course the simple question, what is it that Mamata Banerjee was carrying in her hands? What was there in the laptop? What was there? What were those documents that she carried? What sensitive information was in that mobile phone that she carried? And why was there a need for her to use state machinery to get this army of police personnel? And was it right to file FIRs against the Enforcement Directorate officials who were actually just doing their job?
It's a 6 years old investigation, cold scam. And in that case, why ED have not raided Mr. Prashant Kishore's house? That time in 2020, Prashant Kishore or PK was the pioneer of I-PAC. So why not Prashanto Kishore's house? Why only Pratik Jain's house? That's our concern. These are the game plan of BJP on behalf of these agencies. And another thing I will add to Didi, our respected Shaturupadi, she had just now told that they will throw us away on Bay of Bengal, that Didi and BJP are getting Mungani Lal ki Hasim Sapne. It's a sapne or a daydream. They are just dreaming. I just want to say only one thing, that only 29 to 30 seats need to get the main opposition party of West Bengal Assembly.
Okay.
It's too tough for BJP to get the main opposition party in this election.
Okay.
That is the challenge for them.
All right. Chandan Ghosh, would you like to add to it? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? Is the Enforcement Directorate doing a transparent job? Was stopped from doing its job? What do you think? Mamata Banerjee is hiding something? Do you think these corruption charges hold water?
See, Megha, if you are just going to go back, even 2013, the first Saroda case was surfaced, and Congress had really filed the case, and we had really asked for CBI, which came. 2015, if you remember, Naroda, where it was seen that the frontline leaders of the Trinamool Congress were accepting, were receiving bribes on camera. And finally, we had protested, we had moved to court, and finally, CBI was also allotted to do its service. But ultimately, it is 2026, nothing happened. And we had badly experienced some of the things turned to make some different optics, and where tutu meme kind of a game is being played out. I just want to just mention one thing. Sataripa is trying to become a political astrologer. I wish her the best. But ultimately, on ground, it's a very raw reality. So it's nothing of dream that we can really, look forward. That is what Partho tried to establish. Let us celebrate the democracy. Let us create no optics. Let us really talk about development. Let us go outside the religion. Let us go really make secular. And thus, the state is heading towards the election. And I believe that this is going to be the factor where Congress claims to be seen in a bright light if these two optics are being ousted out from this scenario.
Okay, all right.
Nega.
Fair enough. But keeping in mind, deplorable performances by the Congress election after election in Bengal does not infuse confidence in the people.
Not deplorable, Megha. I just want to
come out
correct
to
you for
vote.
once. I just want to correct
There
you
is no
once. I just want to correct you
Yeah,
once.
yeah.
2021, we had been decimated. I must concede to this fact because of extreme polarization. The people who understand, or people who started the politics, would understand this. But before then, we were the principal opposition party in Bengal. Just before that, we had our opposition leader. So this cannot be claimed that election after election, that had been unfortunate that our last election, people missed the service. This time, I think the hopes are on.
But the performance of the Congress during the Lok Sabha elections, the seats and the votes that they were not able to capture, which has traditionally been back in the day, traditionally been something that Congress took pride in, goes on to show
that could have been. That could have been. We are trying to reconstruct.
We are trying to reconstruct how the High Command is functioning, how it is managing affairs. Are there ground workers who are enthused, motivated to actually do the job? I think all those questions, that's the existential crisis that Congress at this point of time faces as well. Whether it is Haryana, or we talk about Maharashtra, or we talk about any other state where Congress had at one point of time been the traditional leaders, forming governments, now are completely kept in the sidelines. I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast, sharing your views. Let's shift our focus to the other big